So at this point, everyone has heard about the missing submersible that was in search of the Titanic. That's not what I want to talk to you about. What I want to talk to you about are liability waivers that were signed by those individuals. Now, liability waivers are not reserved only for billionaires and submarines. You have almost certainly signed more liability waivers than you can even imagine in your lifetime. If you've gone to the gym, you've signed a liability waiver. If you've played a sport, if you've gone to get a massage at a spa, you've signed a liability waiver. So let's talk about what that is. A liability waiver is basically a document that limits someone's liability to you when they hurt you negligently. But frankly, liability waivers are unfair. So let's talk about a couple ways that you can get past them. The first way is by proving that the liability waiver was not written in clear and unambiguous language. That means that they can't just present you with a big block of text and make you waive those rights away. That's not fair. You need to know what it is that you're waiving. The second way is by proving that you signed the liability waiver under coercion or duress, meaning it wasn't voluntary. That's not really an issue because usually you have to sign these kinds of liability waivers before you can participate in any kind of activity. So usually that's not a good grounds. The third way is by proving that the liability waiver is against public policy. And that just means that we go in and we argue with the judge that this liability waiver that you have been forced to sign is not good for the public at large. It's not good for society to have to sign these waivers. The fourth way is by proving that the defendant was grossly negligent when they hurt you. That means that they didn't screw up just a little bit, but they really, really messed up, and that's why you were injured. So in these four ways, we can try to get past liability waivers. Certain that you might have accidentally waived your rights with a liability waiver, don't be afraid. Reach out to us. Let us evaluate your case and evaluate the liability waiver, and then we can talk about next steps.